I actually accepted a job as provost at State University of New York at Buffalo. Now, I know no one could understand why I would leave a tenured position in a corner office at MIT overlooking the gorgeous Charles River and go to Buffalo, New York. And I had just seen a play, a chorus line in New York, and there was a line from that play which goes, "To commit suicide in Buffalo is redundant." You know, there I went off to Buffalo to become a provost, to become a first-time administrator, hoping I would then become a university president, which I then did 4 years later when I became president of Cincinnati, University of Cincinnati, and did that for 7 years. And a very key event occurred in my next to last year as president of the University of Cincinnati. I was asked by somebody here at Harvard, who was then dean of the School of Ed, a remarkable human being named Paul Ylvisåker, if I would come to the School of Ed, he was dean, and give a talk on leading contemporary university. I really poured my heart into that talk. It was 1977. It was in, forget the name, Longfellow Hall in the School of Ed. It looked like a bit of a small law school room, very subtly tiered, about 125 people, mainly faculty and graduate students. And I was talking about leading contemporary university. And I actually thought it was, you know that, I had that sense of the speech is really going well. You know, that sense one feels when they think they're at the top of their game and they're just connecting with the audience, as I felt I was. Then there was Q&A, and I felt again that I was handling, you know, with great adroitness and skill this group. You know, and they were responding in a way that gave me more energy. All of us who've given speeches know what it's like to really feel that you're even better than you usually are. That's how I felt. And Paul Ylvisåker, who was sitting at the very back of that small auditorium, lobbed a question to me. It was, you know, you could just, you could almost see the seams of it's like a softball with the seams slowly coming, and the question came over the heads of everybody in that audience, and it was like a gut shot. And I was totally, not stumped, but upended and speechless with this question, which was unexpected. And I don't know how long I stood in helpless silence. But I'm sure not for more than 5 seconds, but it seemed like I could actually hear my heart beating, hear it. And I finally looked up, kind of, I forget what look I must have had, but probably a helpless look. I just said, "Paul, I don't know. I don't know." His question was, do you love being president? Do you love being president of the University of Cincinnati? That's what I said I don't know, to. And I never recovered my rhythm, you know, and thankfully he ended it, said, "Thank you, Warren, one more question," you know, and that was it. On the plane the next morning back to Cincinnati, I did know the answer to that question. I didn't want to do that. It's interesting, and it's another whole story about what he was picking up. What was he picking up? I only can guess, because Paul Ylvisåker had diabetes, which I didn't know at the time. And before I could get back to phone him, say, "Paul, what in the world led you to ask that? What were you seeing in my eyes?" But he had passed away, actually. I really believe that I really wanted to be a university president more than I wanted to do it. That there are a lot of things about it I didn't really love. Every interaction I had was transactional. Every interaction I had was, how much can I get? How much do you want? So what it taught me was, if you don't really love what you're doing, I don't think you can be happy at, I don't think you can be good at it over the long haul. And the minute you stop loving it, I don't mean every day, I don't mean you dying to get up every day to go to work. I mean, that's ridiculous. But how else can you pull from others? How can you give meaning to what you're doing and to others? How can you contage your passion if you don't have it? You can't put it on if you don't. So I realized that if you want to be a good leader, just good, you got to really love it. You got to love it.